So ever since the iPhone came out, I've been using this phone almost daily, and one of the cool things about having an iPhone is the sheer amount of accessories that are designed around it, which is why I decided to go through all the effort and save you all the pain and money, because I'm foolish enough to throw money at my problems, and basically shortlist some of my favorite accessories that I think are going to be really beneficial for you guys. And I have it on good authority that if you stay till the very end, you might very well find something that you might be interested and might even click one of the links that are all going to be posted in the description down below. And while we're at it, might even just subscribe to this channel. Okay, so the first product we're gonna look at is Moment MagSafe mounts. Now this comes with 3M adhesive on the back that you can peel off and stick to anywhere. And the other side has MagSafe built into it, which basically sticks onto your iPhone. And the grip is pretty darn strong. Like, this thing's not going anywhere. But yeah, this is a great mounting point for heavily used areas. They also make a car mount, which is this other product that I have from them, where this goes into your vent. And again, here you can mount this with MagSafe. But what I really like about these mounts is you don't have to use them in any particular one direction or one way. In this, you can do portrait, landscape, or even an angle if that's kind of your thing. Not judging. Okay, now the next product is my current charging stand on my bedside table. Now I actually partnered up with ESR in order to show this off. This is one of the first Apple certified 6-in-1 MagSafe charging stands with GaN technology. Now, what's special about this charger for your iPhone, and if you've been watching YouTube at all, you know the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max, some people will say that their phone tends to heat up a little bit, okay? Now, couple that with the fact that when you wirelessly charge your phones, a natural byproduct is heat dissipation. So in order to keep things cool and functioning, there's actually a fan built into this charger that will keep your phone cool during charging in order to protect your battery and ensure charging speeds stay at their very max. Now, other than that, you also have a spot to charge your Apple Watch as well as your AirPods, and you have USB ports on the side, including USB-A and USB-C, so you can charge your other devices like your iPads and laptops and whatnot. Now, speaking of AirPods, we all know that the AirPods Pro 2 are a solid accessory and they interact really well with all Apple products, and I absolutely love the size and convenience of these. Not to mention the noise cancellation and transparency mode on this are also some of the best that I've used on in-ear headphones. Now, being an AirPods user for years, I've come to kind of realize something, and it's an inevitable fact that we all have to grasp. These things are floor magnets. Now, somehow they will always find their way to fall down and get to the floor. But luckily, ESR also has thought of that, and they've come out with this thing called the Cyber Tough Case. Now, there's 3 reasons why I really like this case. Firstly, it's super well protected. As you can see, it looks cool. It's gonna have some shock protection, so even if you drop it, like, it should be fine. The other thing is they've actually placed magnets on the back of the case that you can see right here, which will allow you to have a secure connection when you're using MagSafe. If I have like a MagSafe charger here, it kind of just snaps on and it's gonna stay nice and secure against that. Now, another thing that I like is you also have a secure magnetic locking lid up top so that they magnetically close and they stay closed. I actually really like how thoughtful ESR is with their products. Like their Classic Hybrid case, for example, it basically comes with this neat little inconspicuous stand that you can open up and use it as a tabletop stand, or their iPad Shift magnetic case that uses magnets to create an ultra portable stand for your iPad. So if you want to grab any of these products, then check the link in the description down below again. Now, the next product that I have here is something called the Whoop band, and I actually have it on my wrist right now. This is what all the cool kids are wearing nowadays, and it's a device that basically can be used to optimize your health, fitness, and make better life decisions. It monitors your sleep, strain, recovery, health, stress, and much more. And the kicker here is the more you use it, the more personalized performance coaching you'll get based on your data. Now, I've used all sorts of trackers, from Fitbits to Apple Watches to Oura rings to other smart rings, and they all have their own pros and cons, and I might make a video on that, so make sure you guys are subbed. But I will say this, the Whoop has been the most applicable for me because they actually help you understand what to do with the data. Also, another cool thing I like about the Whoop band is I can actually wear this during jiu-jitsu or any other actual workouts, because you can actually get like a bicep band or an arm band or even clothing where you can put it into and you can still track all of your data and your heart rate and whatnot. So that is very handy. Okay, now one of the first accessories people usually get with their phones is a phone case. Now, when it comes to phone cases, I ideally like something that is super minimal and thin, because cases really tend to just take away from the user experience of the actual phone. And that's where the PItaka MagEZ case comes in. And I've talked about these guys several times before, but I love how thin and low profile their cases can get and how lightweight they are while still providing protection in the key areas like the corners and the back and sides, as well as the camera lenses with this elevated metal camera lip. Now, these are made from 100% aramid fibers, and they're made through a process called fusion weaving, where two layers of aramid fibers are intertwined in order to create this 3D textured grip. And I gotta say, it looks and feels fantastic. iPhones can be quite slippery by nature, and this kind of solves that. Now, it's the closest thing to holding an iPhone caseless, coming in at only 0.95 millimeters thick and only about 19 grams of weight. And of course, it's still MagSafe capable as well. Again, if you want to grab one, it's going to be in the description down below. They have several different kinds, like this one, which is the super minimal one, or they also have something with a little more protection and this lip that kind of comes around the edge, and they have a bunch of different designs and feels to it. So yeah, great case choices. For the next product, I was on the hunt for a good aesthetic portable charger, and I was using several different ones from different brands, and they all had one thing in common. They look kind of boring. Okay, I wanted something that was a little bit different, and this really delivered. Hands down, one of the coolest looking chargers that I've used in this retro see-through design case, and I'm here for it. Now, in terms of charging stats, it's also great. So it's not just all form, it's got function too with built-in GaN technology. It comes with 25,600 milliamps, and it can output up to 100 watts, which is fantastic considering you can even use this to effectively power up MacBook Pros. So all in all, a great choice. I mean, it even has this like digital screen when you power it up, and you have like a whole bunch of different things you can do with it. It's a really fun product. And now for the next product. Now, this is basically a gaming controller for your iPhone, and it works and feels really good. Quality of this thing is actually fantastic. The whole spring movement is nice and fluid. Like some of these, products that you buy, sometimes they feel like they're gonna like literally snap your iPhone in half. Not this one. Now, basically what you can do is this basically will slide your iPhone right into it, and it plugs into your iPhone, essentially becoming a controller. Now, once plugged in, you can use this with games on Apple Arcade, or even use it for remote play with your Xbox or PlayStation, which is how I'm personally using it. Now, I've used this to occasionally remote play from my PS5, and all you need to do is have your PlayStation on, and you can connect remotely from anywhere as long as you have a Wi-Fi or data connection. And once you're done, you can throw your PS5 into a rest mode and basically pick up right back where you left off when you're ready to play. Now, if you're into remote play or mobile gaming at all, this thing is a must-have. Now, as more and more people start getting into content creation and our iPhones become increasingly more and more incredible, especially with how good these cameras have gotten with like their log recording and their 4K 60 frames per second. I mean, the footage coming out of these things is just incredible. But one area that still needs improvement, and this is an area that, as surprising as it may seem, is even more important than the visual component of things, and that is the audio component of things. Even as Apple puts studio level microphones into their devices, the laws of sound dynamics kind of force our hand into having an external microphone. Now, the option that I'm going to give you here is probably the best thing you can pick up on the market right now for your iPhone, and that is basically the Rode Wireless Pro. Now, inside this case, you'll see that there is one transmitter as well as 2 separate microphones, which means out of the box you can go ahead and do a one-on-one podcast with someone, and you'll have 2 separate microphones for each person, or even interview people. This case also allows you to charge all of them with one connection. So there's like a USB-C port right at the very back. And also the cool thing is this case itself also holds a little bit of a charge. Now the other case that you get with this also has a bunch of stuff in there, but the kicker with this product, and my favorite thing with this and why I think it is the perfect option for people creating content, is because it comes with 32-bit float. Even if a person's audio is peaking, you will still be able to dial it back in post and still get all the information available there. I mean, for people that are just starting off that don't know much about audio and setting levels, this is great to just literally plug and go. Now, speaking of recording, the next product that we have here is the Samsung T9 SSD. As you know, the new iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max can record up to 4K 60 frames per second in log. However, in order to do this, you need to connect an external SSD. Now, whether you need an SSD for recording on your iPhone, or you just want one available in order to connect your iPhone to and access footage or files or movies and stuff like that, the T9 is a great option. Now, this particular one is the latest one that Samsung just came out with, and it's quite affordable with the 1 terabyte version, which I have here, coming in at only $139.99. Not only is this thing super fast with 2000 megabytes per second, it's also made with the super rugged casing all around it, making it drop resistant to up to 3 meters. And having that rubber material on the outside also means that you can attach this and hold it up against your iPhone while you're filming without the fear of scratching your iPhone. And it's pretty small, so it's easy to carry around as well. So next up, I wanted to find a good charging brick alternative, and the one that comes out of the box with the iPhone, wait, you don't actually get one with the iPhone, which means you need to get a charging brick. And I was personally looking for a GAN charger, firstly because that technology allows us to pack much more wattage into a smaller body, and I wanted multiple ports as well. So the one that I ended up landing on was this Ugreen charging brick by Ugreen. This thing hits all the points, and again, it's a GAN charger. It's got multiple ports at the back, as you can see, and as a bonus, it looks and feels premium. I actually use this 100-watt one for my laptop, and I also have this 65-watt one for my iPhone or my other tablets and other devices. Now, the next item we're going to talk about is if you need something a little more heavy lifting than the AirPods that we talked about, the Sony XM5s are fantastic over-ear headphones. I've been using them for long editing sessions as well as traveling, and I love how premium feeling these are. They're super light on your head, and they're probably the most comfortable headphones that I've ever used to date so far. They also come with this really nice and thin zippered case so that you can take them with you wherever you go. And the thing that I would have wished for is if these actually folded down more in order to make this a little more compact and smaller. But yeah, you can't have everything. Now, if you're looking to pick these up, I just dropped a video comparing them to the Beats Studio Pro, and you can find that linked up here. Okay, next up, we all know one of the biggest issues with laptops in general these days is their webcam. And unfortunately, it's something that you just can't fix because we don't have the technology to fit a big sensor size into laptops that need to stay nice and thin and light. Therefore, one of the solutions that Apple came up with is you can basically use your iPhone as your webcam, since it already has a much better camera baked inside, which is why the next item is Clutch. It's a little Belkin phone mount that sticks to the back of your iPhone using MagSafe, and you can basically use this in several different ways to maybe give you extra support if you're taking like a selfie or anything like that. But where it comes in clutch is you can also use this to attach to the top of your laptop, and voila, now you can use your phone as the webcam. From here, you can take video calls and whatnot with much better quality. Now, this product works really well if you have a Mac, but what about Windows? Can you even connect iPhones with Windows? And are Windows laptops any good nowadays? Check out my video that I just dropped talking about my experience with Windows after many years, or this video that YouTube thinks you'll like. I appreciate you guys watching this video. Make sure you guys are subbed, and I will see you guys in any of these videos. Take care.